How's it going? How's everyone doing? How are you? How am I? Oh man. Well, it's been a week. Good or bad? Not great. Sure, like people saw all the Unity like stuff that happened. If not, I could explain. It's pretty bad. I'm actually not honestly sure what I'm gonna do yet. I've thought about it a little bit. But yeah, I don't have an actual answer yet about if I'm gonna move to another engine for sure or not. I'm just kind of just like waiting honestly to see if they would like say like anything to remediate the situation. But so far they haven't. You have to pay for Unity. Yeah, so it's not that you have to pay. I mean, well, okay, yeah, we do have to pay for Unity now if you make over a certain amount of money. But the biggest like thing that people are upset with is so now basically the developer has to pay 20 cents every time someone installs their game. And then obviously this is like over a certain threshold. It's only if you have 200,000 like downloads and $200,000 worth of revenue and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not really like the thing is like I don't care if they want to charge me more money for making money with their product. I don't care about that at all. It's the fact that they basically were like, hey, we're not going to tell you how we're doing this pricing model. Also, this applies retroactively as well. So it applies to any game that's made within like the past 2 years, basically. But yeah, they basically like changed their terms of service that you kind of agreed to when you started making your game. So that also really sucks. Because like, you know, maybe the changes don't affect me right now, but the fact that they can kind of do that in the future, I don't know, that's the part that kind of pisses me off. But yeah, like just generally poorly communicated to the developers. You know, like I said, even if it like doesn't affect me now, it's just the fact that like they can kind of change something up like that really sucks. Move should be yeah, concerning. Exactly. Right, it's like even if it doesn't affect me, even if my game doesn't make that much money, get that many downloads, it's just, you know, like overall sketchy thing to do. And it also kind of just like shows that, you know, they're not taking into consideration people that are the developers and whatnot. Because yeah, like I want to have ownership over my project, you know. And I thought about using other things to build my game when I first started. Because I have always like not liked the fact that, yeah, like using an engine, obviously you're kind of at the whim of their software. But I was like, you know, like so far, I don't know, good track record with like devs and everything. I've used Unity in the past. I still like it. I still think it's a good engine. I won't say anything about that. Like I said, I have no problem paying for the product. I have no problem paying like even a percent if I made a lot of money to Unity. But yeah, it's the fact that one, like the pricing model just like makes absolutely no sense. And then also, yeah, the way like it's communicated, kind of just like retroactively screwing people over. I don't know. I found it the one good thing about this, honestly the best thing, I found so many great people to follow on Twitter just like the past week from all of the tweets of people just like game devs being upset at this. If you were to switch, if you thought, yeah, so that's the thing too. Okay, my plan going forward, at least like I don't know, this could all change. Like I said, I haven't decided what I'm gonna do because like obviously it sucks. I have a bunch of tooling in Unity specific to the engine that works with my systems, and I've spent like almost a year working on this. But at the same time, I'm not that far into the game, like generally. Mostly because I didn't know what I was like doing, so that's part of it. Obviously, if no matter what, like switching is gonna set me back a bunch. But it's like, is it better to go now or like later, potentially, if this is still just like a big dumpster fire in like a couple months. Eventually, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything for like a couple weeks regardless, honestly, because right now the plan generally, and this has been the plan before this all got announced, is I want the Steam page, and I'm very close to getting the Steam page. Mostly, I need Steam to still approve my paperwork. But once that goes through, I do have most of the screenshots and everything ready. I just need the trailer. So that's what I'm going to do today, actually, because regardless what happens, if I switch the engine, doesn't really matter. I can still do a trailer. The trailer is going to be not really going to show any gameplay anyways. It's just going to show, like, assets that I've staged. So, yeah, regardless, the next, like, couple days or so, I'm going to be working on, and, like, today, I'm going to be working on just, like, staging stuff for filming a trailer. So, yeah, we're not jumping ship yet. But yeah, wait till the end of next week. Yeah, I would like to wait, because like I said, I was hoping that like, something would just, like, remedy the situation, but, so, I'll give it a little more time, but who knows what they'll do, yeah. Right, so, it is true. The thing is, okay, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of work to switch. But the bright side that I'm looking at is there's a lot of things that I did in the beginning of, like, setting up just, like, the system of the game that like, just need to be rewritten, honestly. A lot of stuff with this, like, the core architecture of the game is just, like, not like organized the way that I would do it, like, if I just, like, restarted, honestly. And my plan was originally just to, like, refactor all of this, but it's like, if I'm gonna switch, then, like, maybe it wouldn't really matter. The thing is, so if I switch, I'm gonna consider all options, honestly. It's probably not gonna be Unreal, because if I do switch, one thing I've learned from this just whole situation is that it has to be open source. I don't want to do anything that relies on another company, any sort of framework. And then it would mostly also depend what is honestly, like, easiest for me to, like, learn and hopefully port some of the code I already have as well. Whether that be a framework or another engine. Don't mind this, I was experimenting. But yeah, I mean, the goal for now, like I said, is to wait and see what happens. And for now, I will keep going with making the trailer and the Steam page. And then I will figure out what I'm gonna do probably next week. And maybe I might just try some stuff out, honestly, just because, I mean, I've mentioned wanting to try things like Godot and stuff in the past. So maybe this is the time. I mean, like, for this game, you know, it's gonna be very meta. At least that's the plan. And obviously using something like Unity, this, like, you know, I have all the tools and stuff to do a lot more than I could potentially do myself. A lot faster. But I don't know. I am like maybe just, like, it's like, you know, having access to the engine, or, like, if I said, if I used a framework, I'm gonna have more control over the entire project. And a lot more possibility, I think, to put things in potentially down the line that could just be, like, interesting to the meta kind of concept of the game. Exactly, like, maybe just do a few, like, trial projects. Are there any other, like, ones people recommend trying? Just generally, that you like, that are open source? A list? Okay, wait, let me see. Okay, so this is the list. Yeah, obviously Unreal or Godot. I don't think Unreal, I've used Unreal, but like I said, I would prefer, if I'm going to switch, to be completely open source. And then I also just don't think, I think Unreal would just kind of be overkill, honestly, for my project too. It's like, I am only doing it, like, if I was doing 3D, I would. But, I mean, this is only a 2D pixel game. I think I have a little more room for, like, flexibility. Okay, and then Godot. I'll definitely try Godot. Okay, it's okay. I'm not gonna try to be too much of a little bitch about switching languages. I will consider things. Considering other engines, yeah. I don't know. I haven't made any decisions. I'm trying to be rational. But I'd like to keep my options open. Or like, at least in the back of my mind. But yeah, what was I saying though? Right, so yeah, also, overall, shitty, like, situation, and then, I am entertaining the possibility of switching. Because the thing is, I am considering it just because I'm at kind of a point where, like, there needs to be a major, like, refactor regardless of a lot of the, like, general system architecture. So if I'm gonna potentially do that, I probably should, yeah, consider just, like, altogether switching depending on how things, like, play out in the next, like, week or so, honestly. They say it won't affect everyone, but, it will because it demonstrates the lack of bad faith. Exactly. Right, because the thing is, this applies retroactively, is what they've said. I mean, they're saying, like, okay, the installs thing won't be until, like, installs, that are starting to happen starting January 1st. But, like, that still counts for games made 2 years ago that have, like, already been released. Like, if I released my game on Steam 2 years ago, they could just, like, start being like, oh, now you owe us, like, extra money in your game. And, like, when I started making the game, you know, in the engine, it's like, I chose that because I was like, okay, I know, like, I'm gonna pay, what is it? Like, my intention was I'd pay the, what, $400 it was for the Plus, I think, tier. Which, I mean, they've gotten rid of now. So now you have to pay $2,000 to get rid of the logo if you want on your game. Even if you're just, like, yeah, a small thing. A small creator. So that kind of sucks. It's like you basically are stuck with the logo or you pay $2,000, which is a lot of money for, like, a smaller dev. And yeah, it kind of just, like, really disrespects all the developers and everything. Just, like, the overall decision. Shipping, whatever, yeah, exactly, like, yeah, it's like, now it's like, I ship my game with Unity, I have, like, no control over, like, what happens to, like, my game, like, there could potentially be things that they do that impact people that play my game, like, I don't know. That's a lot of things. Livelihood, yeah, I mean, it's not, like, my livelihood. That's the thing, too. So, like, I mean, like, time isn't of the essence for me releasing this game, necessarily. If, yeah, it's like, I mean, I would like to make money off of the game and everything, but yeah, I don't want to make money off of the game and then a bunch of it just gets taken by, a company. And like I said, I don't mind, I have no problem with paying for a tool that I'm using. And that's, like, helping me out. I like the product. If I'm successful off of it, I want them to be successful as well. I wanna give them money for helping me be successful. But yeah, it's the fact that they basically just, like, one, changed it to a pricing model that makes literally no sense. And then also changed it to be retroactive. No matter what, I will keep making the game, whether it be in Unity, whether it's in Godot. The game will be released eventually. But, like, a lot of, like, just thinking about it too, like, making the game, it's like, obviously, you know, the intention is to release the game eventually. But, like, part of the fun of, like, game dev is just like the journey. I don't know. It's like, that's why I'm like, you know, with everything happening this week, it's like, I was like, I'm not mad if I have to port, or I choose to port the game. Because, like, that's just another, like, part of the adventure, I guess.